We're now live. Family, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever on a day. And we welcome to the program Inside Saloon today. Now the day and now media empire with the broadcast live on Facebook. Me now a host and presenter Mohamed Kamara, popularly known as Supermed. And today, na Saturday, the 24th of July 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I know the usual ritual on this platform. We now begin to share the program immediately. Because today we get a fine gentleman, somebody who calls an outstanding gentleman and a true patriot of Sierra Leone, Dr. Richard Konteh, now the Flagbearer aspirant for the APC party for the 2023 presidential elections. We'll get on the platform today, ladies and gentlemen. So please, I know say plenty of you don't look forward to this interview, and sometimes some people don't begin forget. Now for share immediately, so that some people will come and witness this interview live. Make you know say na so and tell me say na so and say you say they are directly from Dr. Richard Konteh himself. So ladies and gentlemen, before they start, I want to begin share the program immediately because like I say, this program plenty of you don't look forward to and plenty of you don't talk. Una want hear from Dr. Richard Konteh. Like what I say, na a really fine gentleman, na somebody we like in country. Now somebody will don't stand tiganga for in country. We don't see him. We don't see him. I mean, we don't say other people then go beg, then go differ in terms of the opinion, but we don't see him. We don't see the effort. We don't see this fine gentleman way. In fact, in contribution into the democratic process is unquestionable. You know, and that is very important. Despite we critique where you get, any critique where you get, somebody when they fight for promote democracy, when they fight for uphold democracy, now we country. Now, very, very important person. So do you not forget, Lord, continue for share immediately so that plenty of we go able to watch this program live today and from Dr. Richard Konteh himself. Family, I don't want waste no time any longer. And I know say we won't go directly to the point. I want to ask Dr. Richard Konteh himself for let go say adieu to family. Dr. Richard Konteh, please say adieu to family for who, please.
Family them, fellow Sierra Leoneans all over the world. I want to say a glady for the today. Una do good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever una day. I hope so we all will enjoy this time together and we'll get the opportunity for everyone to understand some of the current issues with the go on in Sierra Leone. I'm a pleasure for the today. Supermed, I'm your guest.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richard Konteh, and we're very grateful for getting on the platform once more again. And Dr. Richard Konteh, like we are saying, when I want an outstanding gentleman, and as somebody we're ready for always stand up for fellow Sierra Leoneans and they shy for respond to people and for talk to people and for reach out to people and we were very grateful for getting on the platform today. And one goes straight away to the program because we know one day we know says most of una we really don't look forward to this program and una please continue for share. Dr. Richard Konteh, for now we begin the interview straight off. I want to remind you say this particular interview will be divided into two segments. One of them will look at the current administration, what's happening in our country right now, as the program says what is going on in Sierra Leone. And the other aspect will be about your own party, where you belong to the APC party, the All People's Congress Party.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Dr. Richard Konteh, Sierra Leoneans then shock and dismay about the current COVID-19 situation in our country, Sierra Leone, and how we don't end up na the red list in terms of traveling to the United Kingdom. This don't create huge difficulties for Sierra Leoneans then. And then see this saying a huge mismanagement by the people when they take care of this COVID-19 in our country. What are you take on that particular saga day, sir?
I think I share that view. You know, one thing we don't learn about COVID-19 all over the world is that if the one day where they in charge of managing the process, they not do the right things, it just takes one mistake for make the whole thing get out of hand. Me and you been the follow incidents where precede the third wave. You know, normally waiting would be the expect the Salon government for do now before take steps for restrict the entrance of foreigners into the country, because not only foreigners go bring the COVID-19 into the country because it not been there inside. But instead of doing that, what we see is that they invite Indians at the time where India being gets COVID-19, this Delta variant at its peak, at the time we hear say Indians they come into the country. Naturally, some of these Indians most don't get the virus inside them, and now we suffer as a country. But over and above that, you know, we can talk about big spreader events, things that we go make the sick spread more. And we all know, say, when this third variant come na Salone, around the same time again, where Salone they qualify for the Nations Cup. And in that exuberance, we see how the government can get a big program na stadium where most of the people then go there without masks. And that interaction don't go a long way for spread and further. When we don't now get to the stage, we say this thing don't become a serious issue, the question now will be, what till we go do for stopper? And we see, say, in the country, instead of for try for restrict access to those areas which I get large populations where people they interact, like bars, like discos, or even market centers, etc. We see now a church and mosque where they happen one time for a week, and when are just for a short period, 9 them ban. So, and you know, when you take God out of the equation in we own context, I believe say God self can best by we small. So I think say this situation where we don't get for when they put on the red list, now God self they publish small for where we don't decide say we not treat God in issues seriously. Maybe feel say the way that we do at the last year where they still allow churches, but with reduced numbers and with social distancing and with washing of hands, then we for still continue so that as we take these other measures, we also pray for God in divine intervention for ensuring we address this issue. And while at the same time taking steps to make sure, say, the bars therefore close, the restaurants therefore close, the discos therefore close, and even the markets, the buses, where they ply the routes up country and back, the number of passengers were permissible inside for be restricted a bit. We think, say, when those types of steps are taken, then we go able for quickly contain the situation. I know it is tough either way, but we know say when you want for men malaria, they drink. So when you want for deal with COVID-19, you got to take some hard measures, but make the measures that make sense and make every reasonable person able to respond to that. I think say that small lapse they now cause the crisis where will be almost one get at this country.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Richard Konteh, for that detailed response. And now, like as I talk, so there are Sierra Leoneans them way live in places like the United Kingdom, and United Kingdom are like a gateway. Most Sierra Leoneans they travel via the United Kingdom. These people are stranded because now, if they want cancer, if even they are British or citizens or residents, they still get for campaign close to £2,000 for quarantine, and most of them could not afford it. They are not stranded. So if now your own capacity as someone like stakeholder within society, what are the advice now we're going to give to government in terms of for tackle this situation, this particular situation where Salone at the red list? What how they for go about time for make sure say them pull Salone at the red list from the United Kingdom list so that people are able to access again and more over like Sierra Leoneans West stranded go able to move on and return back to them to their destination and where they go.
Yeah, waiting the British then do now, waiting any responsible government will do. I see a report yesterday where indicates say when then they test the number of people there where they come out from amber countries, Sierra Leone rank highest in terms of the number of people there where they arrive in the UK and where they test and then test positive. So naturally, if that is the case and you want to control the sickness inside your own country, you for say, okay, make a deal with my own problem. You say build your own. So stay inside you for day. So I can understand, therefore, why the British government they take that kind of step. For make we get out of that situation, we get for try for address we own problem inside we own country. We get for try for address the corona or the COVID-19 situation inside the country, and I'll be just don't outline earlier on some of the steps that we need for be taken for ensure say the the addresser. It's a very serious issue what we need for deal with. In our country, they kill people them, they hospitalize people them, but government need for take stringent measures for ensure say happen. But I not believe say only stopping people from going to church and mosque now the only step we will take for solving the problem. Also, we get the unfortunate development recently last week where we hear say even the vaccine where the car with can get some challenges. That not for happen. It not the help for build confidence. You see, for make people then take the vaccine, it need a lot of confidence building because when you go on social media, the propaganda, the misinformation out there, but if you now by virtue of your action or inaction, by virtue of your failings, you try for lend credence to that. How can you at a time like this go and now say, when I don't find out, say, on a vaccine there, they don't expire, or on a vaccine and get problems, so when they destroy it. So how you could give confidence that whether we don't take the first dose, we get for take the second dose, for me then go for it again. I get a driver, when we don't take the first dose, he said no, they go again for the second dose, because he heard about that type of announcement. And it's hard to convince a person otherwise. We'll try for the talk about that, for sensitize people, but government for stop, for make them have mistakes here. They help the overall situation.
Okay, thank you very much again for that clarification, Dr. Richard Konteh. Family, I'll continue for share the program. Today we get the APC Flagbearer Aspirant, Dr. Richard Konteh, where they will tune on the platform today. So I believe say most of we want to get directly from Dr. Richard Konteh. I don't begin zoom into the topic them, and the topic them plenty. We all know the situation that we consider like today, Sierra Leone. Dr. Richard Konteh, Sierra Leoneans, they said they're also worried about the human rights abuse now we country. A recent case in points now that person we call Chris Man, Black, we see people them violently beat some serious one, and other issues them back them plenty. Now we know say the likes of former opposition leader of your own party, Sef Mohamed Kamariman Mansare, still there in detention. People are saying like bailable offense. Then for grant and bail, but up to and no grant and bail done over a year. Then also recently you say one APC MP says they arrest them back. Some people have the question say, but this man get immunity or no immunity, but he says still there in detention. We don't know whether they don't release him or not. And so many other issues that will not happen over the past 2-3 years. So people they really concerned Sierra Leoneans them. So as a potential president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, come 2023 presidential election, in case you party making a flag bearer and you successfully win that particular election day, what you go do right now, or what you get for do, or what you go do right now about the human rights abuses now we continue?
Thank you very much, Supermed, where you bring to the fore this issue about the human rights abuses, where pervasive and we country at the moment. The situation is really alarming and it worsen by the day. I should say, you see, when some of these things that they happen incrementally. These things here will be hearing about the killing of that 14-year-old Bobona Tonko, nothing not happen. We hear about the killing of that child lady na Lumley, nothing not happen. We hear about the massacre na Pademba Road. We take nobody don't know the exact number, but we know say na dozens of people that massacre. The truth will come later. Nothing not happen. We hear about what happened at Tombo, what happened at Bailantiwan. We hear about the unfortunate incident we happened at McKinney, where for an ordinary 1.65 generator, where they go kill 6 people there senselessly. They take over 50 people, they can't detain them in Freetown. They release some after some weeks, and then they keep others that they for 13, for a whole year, 13 of them, for no reason. And the only crime where they commit, now for me, they say, hey, Padria, we will not take with machine. This machine, and then we have, and if people then really understand the context, when the APC government they left office, they be left 3 2-megawatt machines, brand new Lalunge, will be the function. That in addition to the old machine will be there. Then Fambulia then sit down, take all the 4 machines then point. They create an emergency where none not supposed to exist, and they decide for go for forcefully take the machine from McKinney, where now just a 1.65 megawatt machine, where that machine there is smaller than any of the other 4 machines where they allow for make them point Lalunge. And for that, they can't kill people. And now, as if that's not bad enough, when they see the situation about all of these abuse where they happen. Now they don't detain Kamarimba. They don't in a prison almost a year. They go now, so they don't detain the honorable Konteh from Tengbe Town. They don't beat up Chrisman. I mean, if they don't get to the point, we say even Chrisman, they beat up because he expressed his opinion. I don't think say anybody can degenerate this far. Waiting may feel say need for be done. Now, one, the human rights bodies, the Human Rights Commission, supposed to be a neutral body. Unfortunately, all the 5 commissioners for the Human Rights Commission all come from one tribe. There is no way where such a commission will be neutral. There'll be no way where such a commission will able to give a report where credible, where go reflect the reality. And as such, when these things then go unmentioned in reports, and with the large number of amount of money where we know say this government is spent on PR, just in the last few months, they don't spend over 6 billion leones on just PR for try for launder their image, for try for project a positive image of themselves. So you see, the Human Rights Commission need for doing work. Secondly, the human rights organizations, the civil society organization, they're supposed for make sure say they act. How on earth, take this young boy Nabo, Michael Masare. The only crime where Michael Masare commits now for snap by the stadium and say, hey, God take it for this Michael Roma. Now he build this stadium. Then Kitchen sentenced her to 8 months in prison. And because they want for placate the whole issue, they say they go find Panadol like host. Who still forget Panadol like host where you have nurse become a crime? And in any case, if my wife within a house, he get Panadol, why you go hold me for that? Go lock me for 8 bloody months. This brings in the whole issue about the role of the judiciary. You see, when these things then they happen, with the praise say, make the judiciary be the place who say we all they go seek redress. Therefore be a neutral arbiter. They not for take sides. Now make in governance, they go to what they call separation of powers. These 3 arms of government supposed to be equally powerful, equally independent, mutually separated, exclusive bodies, even though they complement each other for bringing about the overall governance structure. So if the parliament, we know already what don't happen there, how they don't mess up the whole parliamentary system and bring the whole parliamentary architecture that Sierra Leone to ridicule by virtue of the way they impose the speaker, by virtue of the way they remove 10 MPs just so that they will give themselves a cosmetic majority in the parliament. And as if that's not bad enough, we see how they go about and pass legislations using the paramount chiefs within the parliament and using the whole issue about voice vote. All in favor say aye, any against, then the speaker say the ayes have it. Now, in no more, in your years, then they determine who that they will pass. We don't see how they use all of those things for pass very, very serious issues. So the parliament is a special case. We believe, say, at the appropriate time, the necessary actions will be taken for deal with that. But the judiciary get their own role, where they're supposed for play for be neutral arbiters. We already know, say, as far as the executive concerned, that's state capture. They don't capture the police, they don't capture the military. I mean, even the educational institutions have been captured. Every arm of society has been captured. Only people from one tribe predominantly can get a job. Anybody where they believe, say, you get the remotest link to any other political party, you don't stand any chance. forget a job. I mean, these are fundamental abuses. We believe, say, every Sierra Leonean will be given an equal opportunity for actualize in fullest potentials. And nobody will be disenfranchised, nobody will be removed from office, nobody will be deprived of that right day by virtue of in political persuasion, by virtue of in tribe, by virtue of in place of birth, by virtue of the association. These things not they born good picking. These things not they help for build social cohesion inside the country. Not they help for unite we. And all of we get a role for play for ensure say in a complementary manner we all help for build a vibrant society, a united society, a peaceful society, a secure society. So we believe say these are definitely things that we need to be aware of, and then we need for begin take concrete steps for heal, for correct the situation, and where necessary, of course, appropriate actions are taken to ensure that such reckless impunity not allowed for continue unchecked over time.
Okay, thank you once more again, Dr. Konteh, and for that salient response. And Fambulem, today we'll get Dr. Richard Konteh, one of the APC aspirants for Flagbearership for the 2023 presidential elections. Me on our host and presenter Supermed, and I'm urging a lot we continue for share the house per floor, but let we continue for share. I want say I'm grateful for so many people in modern January, and when I comment you all welcome on the platform. Again, I want to say tomorrow get Brother Bo Pature. We can do the weekend review every Sunday. So please tune in 9 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Salon time. And that's also a very, very interesting program. And the conversation they part developing also. Dr. Richard Konteh, but what other people they say is, other plenty Sierra Leoneans, just for that particular human rights abuse day, they say people that want the main opposition party, what then they do, apart of all them body and the way they highlights we're supposed for work for make sure say do uphold human rights and other we country. But the opposition, so mainly the main opposition, APC party, what's not the concrete step when they take for make sure say the whole government accountable in terms of human rights abuses now we country.
I waiting the opposition supposed for do not for oppose all of these actions and make sure say they bring these issues to the fore. And as the party, we don't see on a number of occasions where we don't issue press releases for try for draw the attention of Sierra Leoneans all over the world and the international community to these abuses. We even, in some cases, don't make representations to the international community. I'm lucky for them be part of the APC delegation to a few of these engagements to development partners who don't draw their attention. Waiting we not do, because we are a responsible party. We believe say we need peace and stability in this country and protect to the streets. I believe say now that precisely that they continuously provoke APC for let we do. So that where we do, then come with anti-aircraft missiles, RPGs, they kill people senselessly. They can't go kill people in Amakeni for ordinary generator. But you know, there is a limit to every endurance we possibly demonstrate. And we pray that the APC party will continue to exercise the highest degree of restraint. But me, I always say, make nobody not take APC for granted. Make nobody not feel say APC lack options. When push comes to shove, APC can step up and can take the necessary actions within the limits of the law for ensure say the right thing happen in this country.
Okay, thank you once more, Dr. Richard Konteh. And I want to move to another very important issue, because Sierra Leoneans from all walks of life are suffering from what they describe as a dire economic situation in our country, including huge unemployment. And obviously the health sector is very, very bad. We see what's happening at Connaught Hospital and so many other things then. What to make you feel say all this they happen? And how, if you get the opportunity for become the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, you go fix the issue there so?
Thank you very much. It's true, you don't mention a range of issues. You don't mention the economic issues, the economic challenges, and you don't go to look at the effects of it and how they affect the social sector, especially the health sector. So make I take them in bits. Let's start first with the economy. You know, they kill the hen with the bear, where they lay the egg. If you kill the fawn where they lay the egg, how you will get egg for it? Now that precisely this government the way they come. I don't go on record for talking repeatedly say the engine for economic growth and prosperity in every country are the private sector. The private sector for be allowed for flourish. The private sector for make money. The first thing where this government do way wrong. Now where they can they wage war on the private sector. They make all the companies the way most of the companies will be there in existence. They all begin to wrap up and close down and make so many people unemployed. Now the first mistake that the way they do. And when you do in the turn, you make government the largest employer, you bloat the wage bill to an extent where you're not able to sustain them, then you weaken the entire economy. And this is the first mistake where they make and the repercussion when they get so. Secondly, for make you get money, not from taxes. We know that. But me not believe, say, when you increase taxes and make taxes impossible, you increase revenue. I don't believe in that. Because when you over increase taxes, you make people find 1,001 ways not for me. So now the tax collector in that case, now they be the beneficiary of that process. So we know say that they not supposed for happen. You're not supposed for just the increased taxes. We believe say we get for reduced taxes. When we become president, I will reduce taxes across the board. But then what we get for do is that we go broaden the tax base and try to attract the informal sector into the formal economy. And we know say we lost a lot of money. The Minister of Trade, we will do some survey around this issue. So we see say we lost so much to the informal sector where we will not capture inside the formal sector and get them to pay taxes. Over and above that is this whole issue of rampant corruption. You know, when you just listen and read the Africanist press, the reports, and you see the huge amounts of money where don't go away. I mean, look the audit reports, for example. They cry, say, APC, the APC thief. But waiting they say in audit report, APC not able to account for in 10 years. In less than waiting SLPP, not able to account for in 1 year. And every year it increase. So, I mean, you see, say, we there in a situation wherein there is no way where you go able get the resources where you need for address the social sector. This brings me now to the issue of health. How do you address the health issue? When APC began in power, we introduced the free health care for pregnant mothers, lactating mothers, and for children under 5. It was a deliberate intervention because we believe, say, that people there, the situation be so deplorable that if government not intervene for help, they will suffer. So introduce them. We also be there in the process for introduce the social health insurance scheme. Because we did not say, for make we able to sustain the free healthcare program, we therefore introduce, drawing from the lessons where we don't gain from NACIT, a contributory scheme wherein, based on your income, the one who get more money, they contribute more. The one who get less, so separately they contribute nothing, but they benefit from the scheme. We will get a holistic program where we ensure, say, we able to spread healthcare across. We will also embark on a number of things for infrastructure development for the health sector. We also embark on capacity building for the health sector, where they train now with doctors. We even move towards specialization inside this country for able to address.
Dr. Richard Konteh, I'll just interject quickly there, sir. And because plenty government supporter, SLPP supporter, they say if the previous administration will do all this, how comes it crumbles within 2-3 years when just in governance? You want to clarify that, sir?
You don't need 10 years for make a country crumble. Everything where I don't talk now facts. nobody no go say we not being get free healthcare. Nobody no go say we not being get slushy. We be there at the verge. In fact, it was launched before the 2018 elections. It was launched, but now they don't kill her. Nobody no they will say. In fact, the health facilities there, where we introduced in almost every district headquarter town, and the number of facilities inside Freetown, we supposed for increase the number of beds available, facilities available, etc., etc. We know say the step where we need for go now, and when I become president, which is what I will do, and we will very soon begin to engage the experts in that field. Now, for try to understand some of their sickness system for which we be the get cause for the send people there abroad, and for try to see how maybe we can attract the private sector for can invest inside this country and create some of these facilities here, so that instead of me for buy tickets, for go for ordinary prostrate na Ghana, or for go na India for certain types of ailments, I go able go to Kenema. We say a specialist facility, go there for that. I will go to Bo, or I will go to Pujang, or I will go to Makeni, or I will go to Cambia, where such a facility go there for assist. We don't need for just cluster everything inside Freetown. We can spread them around, because I believe say anybody who can fly to India for go take medical treatment can as well go to Kailan for go get a easier, a cheaper, and whatever for that. So we need therefore for make these interventions. This government, the type of false steps where they take them quickly don't reverse all the gains where we don't make, even in very difficult situations like the Ebola crisis, even in very difficult situations like the global economic crisis of 2008, 2009. We strive for recover and make the country one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. Those are facts you cannot challenge. You know, so make themselves try and take those types of steps for do that. But regrettably, instead of moving in that direction, we see a retrogression. And I believe say these are the problems we face. And when APC come back to power, we get the experience, we get the people them, we get the experience, they get the expertise in how to manage the economy, how to manage the health sector, how to manage the education sector, and other sectors across the board, and we could do that. You know, we get one important area where often neglected, tourism. Sierra Leone is a virgin country with huge potentials for the tourist sector. Start from our beaches, from our wildlife, from our natural endowments. You know, even on the issue of our history, like we're seeing the Elmina Castle in Ghana, we have better castles here. They give a better history, a better representation of the slave to the people that they come for Kasi. So we need for investment, and we just say in other countries, tourism, they account for one of the second or third largest revenue earners for country. So we got to diversify the economy away from mining into the other sectors. And tourism is clearly one sector. Agriculture and another. Value addition. Small-scale industrialization, large-scale industrialization. Even for mining sector, we go for try to make sure say we export only processed, value-added minerals. So when we increase the revenue, there is no way you can manage an economy where just they for spend in order to get revenue. You need to get revenue and from the private sector. You need to get revenue and from industrialization. You need to get revenue and from tourism. You need to get revenue and from prudent fiscal discipline, where the cut costs and block leakages. And we are going to take those steps because we have the team, we get the experience, and we get the commitment we needed to get that to happen, and we will do that.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Richard Konteh. I want just highlight that part where you talk about the tourism sector, one of the biggest honor for big continent of the world, and that's your 100%, you know, on the money there. And but Dr. Richard Konteh, one criticism on label the previous administration, where it's in a part and parcel of, is that that previous administration had the opportunity for curtail some of the powers of the president, because plenty people look into Salon Constitution, say one of the team make the other arms of governance, like the judicial, they talk about this now, and the legislation, they work effectively because the head of the executive, one of the president, gets too much power. And the previous administration began the opportunity for curtailing powers and they so that bodies them like the Anti-Corruption Commission, bodies them like the judiciary, go get that independency. Where they not go depend, say president go fire the head and I am fire the head parliament people and they say, but we'll not take that step, say. Why will not be taking that step, say? What do you think about that particular criticism, say?
Superman, this is a perfect example of misinformation. Presidents don't get power for sack the Chief Justice. Once appointed, don't get that power. Just like how President don't get power for sack the governor of the central bank. You actually ask her for resign and agree for resign. In any case, you go for pay off. You know, and let's make a distinction between people simply refusing for do the right thing, simply refusing for maintain the integrity and high moral standards. And,
yes, I suppose, Doctor, the last bank governor was sacked, wasn't he?
At the cases of abuse. Not in no day. The type of powers we don't give the Anti-Corruption Commission is so plenty that we don't give them the power for prosecute. Now they don't even make it now chief procurement officer. They don't give them even powers the way they undermine even their own powers. Waiting the need for do now for step up and do the right thing. Not in no day where they say they tell you say, boy, we don't find out say so place. It's like say thief don't happen now. You say, thief don't happen Waterloo. You say, okay, wait. I have to go start Nakono. I have to go get a speed. For can't catch thief man at Waterloo. You go start Nakono, you can't. Tell the rich water, you don't tire. You know, if they say thief man, they didn't Waterloo, go to Waterloo and address the thief man the day. But this ACC, when they say thief then at Waterloo, then they go take speed Nakono. For can't meet a thief man in Waterloo. You know, by the time that they come, the thing don't lost steam. And they deviate people their attention from the right issues. So I don't think say now the powers of the president now make that they happen at the ACC. I don't believe say that the powers of the president weigh plenty because that they appoint chief justice. Now make the chief justice get powers in not presentable, not able what they call her. You know, make people them just learn for do the right thing. Me na judge. I know say the law very clear in the Constitution and with National Elections Act for say where even in a genuine case of appeal and the appeal is upheld, the law say you declare the position vacant and you call for a rerun election in that constituency. The judges sit down, he know the law, he know the right thing. He go swear in, he go empower the post-vacant second. For men to go swear in. He give that directive day. Now, president, he blame for that day? No. Not the judge. We give that kind of ruling day. So I want, yes, we know say maybe one area, not make legal reforms a continuous process. I believe say the one day when we make the laws the way they did and get reason. Of course, times have changed. Yesterday, we don't abolish the death penalty. But I believe follow the debate. But in the process of trying to abolish it, they begin see lacunas. What they try for correct. And even after they don't do them, they begin to say, hey, but wait, what if tomorrow the president in exercise of the prerogative of mercy, because now in Fambu, they don't go commit these crimes, wait for which if we go to life in prison, he decide for pardon. Oh no, we're not can modify and back. So if we say law nothing way can change. That is why we always get a law reform commission, and therefore from time to time we do them. We go look at the laws again, contextualize them as the situation they evolve around the world. We make necessary amendments. So I don't think say we get for overly focus on the presidency and the powers. Let we try for build on the moral ethics. Let we try for make people there see say when they put you in any position of trust, work in the best interest of the country. Because tomorrow, just tomorrow, you might have to account for your stewardship. If you not account to mortal man self, you get for account to God. So we therefore be very mindful of that. Me feel say, let's not just single out the issue of the presidency. Let's also focus on the people themselves in those offices and how they carry themselves in those offices.
Okay, and thank you very much for that clarification. Because people they ask me on this platform, we're very, very objective. They ask the main question people they ask. We don't ask the question and Dr. Richard Konteh don't clarify. I hope say we don't get the clarification from Dr. Konteh clearly. Famulem, today we'll get Dr. Richard Konteh, one of the flag-bearer aspirants for the APC party for the upcoming 2023 presidential elections. Now, fine gentleman, he's taking time. He actually explained it in them in detail, and we're very much grateful for getting him on the platform today. So I believe say most of us appreciate him in day one on the platform. Dr. Richard Konteh, we'll be talking about this particular interview. We'll go into two segments. We don't talk quite a bit now about waiting to happen with the current administration. Now, I will now go into the second segment. And I get a quick question for ask you now first. What's the state of the APC party at the moment?
APC party, they function, will they go on, will they move slowly but steadily? But I know what you have to ask for. You have to talk about the convention. Well, yesterday we see a press release from the National Secretary General, where we say the party don't agree now or don't take a decision. The leadership don't take a decision for comply fully with the directives of the court order. And which that they mean, therefore, is that waiting the court, we say we for do, the court we don't give you the right for go to convention, but with the caveat for say A, B, C, D things need for happen and not need for them to that day. Now the party after 3 to 4 months don't finally agree say we they go to convention and we they comply. So we then now at the stage we say we they wait for make we read from the leadership of the party and the lawyers about the new dates on which those things that happen are going to take place. But at the same time, engagements, they take place behind the scenes. We get moral guarantors, we get peace facilitators, where they work behind the scenes and they engage with the various actors for trying to see how we can get an amicable settlement. Because we not believe, say, the courts are the best place for we as APC people them for settle with differences. They look forward to the time where reasoning will prevail. And I believe, say, good sense of reasoning will prevail. And when we see, say, there is a genuine desire for peace and reconciliation, there's a genuine desire for move the processes that we party forward in a free, fair, transparent, and democratic process where everybody will participate and feel a part of that process. I believe, say, sanity will prevail, and the one day where maybe see reason why they for go to court, we also see reason why they for withdraw those matters in the court. We don't do them before as APC. It happened in 2007. It happened even before that, where people let me feel so, oh, this is the end for APC. Few months to elections, one day we're going to withdraw the matter. So me believe, say, the current matter that we're going to court with Alfred Konteh and others, I believe, say, in the not too distant future, I mean, it not going to take again sometime, just sometime, they will see reason why they for withdraw the matter from court and allow we as comrades in the APC for make we amicably resolve the differences and we agree on modalities for moving forward. I know, say, once we go to convention, we get a new constitution in place, we kick in with traditional arrangements. I believe, say, we all will allow for a free, fair, and credible process. We go bring a new set of leaders to the fore, and we will also give we eventually the flag bearer. We will lead we against the SLPP in 2023. And that is the most critical thing we need as a party for look at, we are where they say we want for be flag bearer. May they look at we and may they ask yourself the question, would that by their flag bearer don't demonstrate the ability for giving the leadership who we believe say we need for go against these people and win.
Dr. Konteh, before you reach your side, I just want to seek some small clarification, sir. And again, family, I want to say Dr. Konteh, now somebody, now we are make us like fine gentleman. Recently, when I remember where that issue be happening in McKinney, where they be kid people in there, some people in there be all and go put in a Panemba road. And Dr. Konteh, and people that don't feed them, Dr. Konteh get a hand for feed them for them people in there. And that is not about even politics. That's about justice as well. About somebody will get care for him fellow Sierra Leoneans. So we commend them for that as well. But Dr. Konteh, I want to let you go back to this APC convention or no convention. Now the party agree say that they go all this convention. So does it mean after the convention they get for revert back go to the court? Because we know say the court case now just a partial ruling or directive. The court case still exists. Is that the case?
You know, me not a lawyer. So I would tread cautiously on that. But from a layman's point of view, I know say from the time where the constitution that they pass on, strictly speaking, there is no basis again for make anybody continue for the court. Because according to the new constitution, I think Article sections 86 or so, the transitional arrangements, straight away, the Transitional Independent Elections Management Committee kick in. So, you know, if you understand the major thrust of the case we go to court, they are basically saying, we now get confidence in ABC people. They don't outlive their mandate. So therefore, make them not be the one that would lead me to convention. I just summarize. I might be wrong. Something like that, I'm understanding. So, but if now we don't get a process, we don't get a new constitution, and we don't get a new set of people, we go lead the election process for elect the lower tier executive members up to the district, constituency, district, regional, national level, and the flag bearer. I don't think say any reason would they again for make anybody continue for the court. So the issue about the court will really be much ado about nothing. But again, so I'm going to say the most important thing for now, I want to commend the leadership of the APC for when they don't finally come around for take a decision for say, let we go to convention. I believe say all hands for now they on deck for let we go to convention. And when we go to convention, let we work out the best means possible for adopt a constitution where will reflect the broader view. And I believe say the current draft where available to we, they do just that. And once that one is adopted, I feel say the level playing field where we all yearn for, we would lay the foundations for that to happen. And I think say it will just be progress all the way for the APC.
Yeah, Dr. Konteh, again, this particular convention, this court case and everything, so many APC supporters, members, and sympathizers are confused because they say, okay, now the people are going to court and say they don't want them people there. Now, after this, they don't adopt this new constitution, they go make election for constituency, district, regional, national. Who then go be the delegates for vote and then constitutional? Because the current delegates are waiting and they get for vote, or would they have to do, how they go get the new delegates them for vote, or will it be the old delegates them? Because in terms of the constituency force, how they go do one? Because people are confused. People they say, well, some people they say the old delegates and go vote. Some people they say they don't know whether that could be the case. What's your understanding of that, sir?
For this first emergency national delegates conference, the one that we not get for day, the constitution is stipulated. I mean, the court order, he named them. The one that we not get for day. But then he go further for state say, therefore do election for the 20 people we go represent the Youth League, 20 would represent the Women's Congress, and 5 each where they represent the various constituencies. I think say waiting the judge try for do, well with small caveats, now for follow the provisions of the 1995 Constitution. So waiting me, they expect say will happen when they give you the timetable, now that a team of people will be appointed by NAC. We will go into each district and into each constituency, bring together party people in that constituency, where they elect 5 people. Those 5 people plus the 20 and the 20 and possibly the other people that we provided for in the 1995 constitution, where they not ban, those people will go to convention, and NAC, NAC still there in power, in office. They not disband NAC. They not disband the national executive. They perform their functions. Then just say, just for that 1 or 2 days convention, may they not serve there as delegates. They not even say they're not for be observer. They not even say they're not for go there. And
who are them people also, Dr. Richard, control them? Just give me, who are the people if you say they say not for they're not for serve as delegates and they as observer?
I don't say they say for there as observer. I say they're not state say they're not for there as observer.
Yes.
So according to the court order, they say the NAC members, they're not for Dede. They say the National Secretary General are not for Dede. The National Executive members are not for Dede. And they say the regional, district, and constituency chairman are not for Dede.
Okay, thank you. We're going to ask that question later, because I know when they adopt a new constitution, you can forget like an accent. Either the chairman or the secretary can sign the last signature. So that for play that role, then people not get for Dede.
No, the party still gets a National Secretary General.
So then get for sign them.
Still gets a leader and chairman, yes.
Okay, I just want to clarify because people are confused.
Yes.
With them
No, they're still in office. They're not removed from office. They just, I mean, that ruling, they will determine later in September. We don't get with a new constitution, we don't get for sign up, we don't sign up. Because they're still there in office and they're not removed them from office. So they're not going to go now put local. Whatever the outcome of the put local, they will hand over to them and they will move on forward until such time that we get a new executive in place or the court rule otherwise.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Richard Konteh, because this is a particular issue within so many APC party supporters are confused. They know say the people where they affect maybe it's time for take the partner court and everything that they talk about greater democracy. Now, according to your own explanation, you just give is that NAC go select few people. These people will go to constituencies and select people. How can that process be democratic?
Not to select. No. Then go there and then go elect.
Yeah, but the delegates will get for vote, sir.
No. The APC members go elect 5 people per constituency. And these 5 people, what did they elect? That they will go as delegates. The 20, where they will elect, they will get a convention, a mini convention for youth league, for example. They will come together and then go elect 20 people. And then I think the court order even go ahead for top say then 20 year, they forget representatives from all the regions. So they specify that day. Then the Women's Congress will get a mini convention at which they will elect 20 delegates. And then they are consistent with the provisions of the 1995 Constitution.
Yes, Dr. Konteh, but I'm still confused. What I say is, when this body come out from NAC, then can a constituency, let me say constituency 20, for can elect them 5 people in there. Who then get for votes for that election, sir?
The APC members, the way they did.
All the APC members that are the constituency.
Yes. The one they will get.
But that if
because they not provide for an electoral college. In 2012, NAC been provide for 100-man roughly electoral college where they've been given the power for vote on certain issues, including the nominations for member of parliament or for councillor, as the case may be. But in this case, there a gray area. So that is why they say now the APC members, where they inside the constituency, now they go vote for the 5 people where they feel say now they're for representing at the convention. Okay, the 5 details of how that day will happen, well, let's see how I go.
Yeah, exactly. So because they were saying this will happen within a month, and I'm thinking about the constituencies and the country, 132 constituencies. That will look like a massive logistics challenge. But anyway, we'll go look.
We don't do it before. It can all happen. It can all happen in a week.
Wow.
If there is a willingness to do it, it can all happen in a week.
Okay, that would be remarkable because then a proper democratic process. Yeah, and it just look like to me where I've done see elections, elections are very expensive.
Superman, not to say then go from one constituency to the other, till they finish 132. No, they will all be going on simultaneously. I mean, a team they go to a district, so they go like 4 constituencies. Inside one day you can do 2 constituencies. If you set you do one every day now 4 days. If you go like Kenema, 11 constituencies. Inside Kenema town alone, 3 constituencies. So there is a way, a mechanism can be worked.
Oh, Dr. Konteh, sir, I want to push back on this because we don't see election. That's probably like a semi-national election.
Yes.
A semi-national election. And you get forget candidates and we go stand for them position and so you get forget polling centers then. You get forget polling agents and polling staff them now all the centers then. So this is a massive logistics problem.
And I not think say not a so blended one. I not believe say that get for happen. But like I say, the fine details of how they make again the judge will ask PPRC and NEC for oversee the process. So let's wait and see how that they go unravel. The fine details, I don't know. I'm only speculating. But let's wait and see how PPRC and NEC will work with the leadership of the party for come out with recommendations on how best. Because you can say if one for do simultaneously, we say PPRC will get the capacity for they also at the same time. So there are all of those logistical challenges we need to be dealt with. But I believe, say, we leaders in consultation with PPRC and NEC, and I believe, say, they will come up with a workable formula which will be acceptable to everybody.
Okay, thank you very much for that clarification. Family them again. We do Dr. Richard Konteh. Now, the second segment of the interview, we don't talk about what's happen with the current administration, with country today, what will they see there today. But now we don't turn into the second segment where they talk about the APC party, where Dr. Richard Konteh belong and a key stakeholder. In fact, now a flag bearer aspirant for the 2023 presidential elections. Dr. Konteh, APC party supporters and members and sympathizers, they're really frustrated with waiting and they see the happen at the APC party. The blame game, the plenty issues them. And now they let the blame, most party supporters them, let the blame fairly and squarely, now the key stakeholders them foot them. They say because an office say key stakeholders have been sincere or then get trust among themselves or then trust themselves with that sincerity there for make sure say they work out something when a amicable something where everything for be resolved. As I talk so, there are people where they feel say even the APC to themselves they say they end up na courts. And as we recently they see even the former minister of the APC government by Dr. Sylvia Blyden, they threaten for sue na courts the current mayor of the Freetown municipality. What's your observation, Paulentine Asusta?
All of these developments are unfortunate. They're not supposed to happen. And that is why media always continue for call on we leadership at we party for men to step up and take responsibility and rally the troops for make we all focus on the common goal and the common agenda. I'm glad that of late we don't also see some of we elders. Few names that they among them I get tremendous respect for. I believe say if the current party leadership can just forge a partnership with some of these credible elders of we party, I believe say we can forge a path forward. I don't believe say this blame game, apportioning of blame, that the solution. I don't believe say this posturing where somebody they feel say if they not make me flag bearer, without me no APC. Nonsense. Who say you come out? The APC party is big pass we all. If you not say you popular, pass APC, go form your own party. May you turn up against APC. APC popular pass we all, APC big pass, we all and we get for respect that. And if any of we get for come up as president with a ride on the umbrella or on the footstep or on the record of the APC. Therefore, we all get for do everything possible for make we keep the APC party together, for make we keep everybody together, for make we work together, for make we see ourselves as comrades. You know, we all enter into this race for cancer, knowing that I might win, I might not win. If I win, hallelujah, I need everybody to work with me to move forward. If I don't win, I have to support whoever is the winner so that we can bring victory for APC at the end of the day. The most important thing for me is that we need victory for the APC. And we all get for faith to make APC emerge victorious. And only unity, peace, and stability inside the party that will increase the chances for achieving that.
Okay, thank you very much again once more, Dr. Konteh. And we get small frozen at you, the reason about I think it will be okay. Famulem, we deal with Dr. Richard Konteh on the platform. And it's been a really remarkable interview because we don't get so much insight in what's in the happiness salon, as well as what's in the happen within the APC party. And we're digging into the questions, and because we in this particular platform, we're very objective. We want to bring Cantona waiting exactly they happen in a salon according to the stakeholders. Key stakeholders today, what we get on the platform, Dr. Richard Konteh, like what I said, I find gentleman where really we don't see your effort in terms of fighting for Sierra Leoneans in general. It's not even about politics because them people they all na Makeni out of always they don't go to, they don't go now, they don't language na Palemba go to. Now instead they put effort there, now they don't feed them. So we commend and they tell and thank you for that because we need people now within society where they stand up. And on that account there, Dr. Richard Konteh, there are many who don't see so many about so many flag bearers them where one stand under the APC ticket. But not only few people them I will count you as one when they go out there and try for do things them for help the people them, for do things them for help the APC party. What you make why that for? What you make you think that they happen?
Well, Superman, all man get a strategy. And I want to respect all man for your strategy. Where they adopt. All man believe how best he able to do. Me, on my own part, I'm not being part of the one that we run in 2017. I'll not be wrong. So I come into the race after others. They probably don't build their own camps, build their own teams. I can start from scratch. So because I know say I come late into the game, I get for start early. And I also know say for make APC win inside this country, we need for penetrate the Southeast. And I know say these people in the Southeast, they will suffer a lot as the result of the outcome of the elections. And I know say they be there under so much pressure, so much suppression that there be plenty before if they left, they go. And we need them for make we raise charges. So I reach out to them. And I also believe, say, where we there in opposition, we get for be there for each other. We get for support each other. In that way, we reduce the pain for each other. So when you get 2 cup rest, take the 1 cup, share them with your company. Where you company there in distress, see what you can do for helper. That's not precisely what I try to do. And try to build a relationship and try to send a message of unity. A message where they say we all, in the APC, we all are one. A message where they say we all are Sierra Leone, we all are one. And we know for therefore see ourselves as enemies. And let us see how we can all work together for build a better APC and for build a better Sierra Leone. That is the platform of the whole campaign. And that message, they take all over. That they reach out to everybody, they talk to everybody, they engage everybody, and they tell everybody, say, not to do all that business, that one person get for be flag bearer. But what's important, let we make sure, say, we not use sentiments. Hey, Lord, sorry for that now. I be done this. But no. Not to sorry heart business. This year, now Champions League finals. Now your best team where they put forward. Because now knockout, when they beat you, don't know. And I tell you, I don't want to imagine another 5 years of SLPP. So let's get our best team out there. Let's take on these guys and beat them decisively on the first ballot. And so for make that happen, let we not gamble. Let we put in somebody we get the we don't demonstrate the ability for provide that leadership. You know, in 2018, we get the luxury, say we were in power, but we lost. So the fight in 2023 is more difficult. You know, so therefore, you know, even if now the captain of your team, if you don't scrap, then they change up. They put other player. But you know, they keep the captain where don't scrap at the field just because they're not the captain. You will lose the game. So let we try for make sure say we put we best players forward and get the best captain for lead the team into battle. Get the best constellation of support where that team they could need for a sure victory for the APC. Because as you always talk about, say the worst APC president is better than the best SLPP president. But I tell you, let we make sure say APC come back to power, and let we make sure say we support that process, and let we all believe in a smooth, free, fair, transparent, and credible process. We're going to make sure say we all celebrate in 2023. Let it be a winning for everybody and not just a winning for a few.
Okay, thank you once more, Dr. Richard Konteh and Fambulem. We'll get Dr. Richard and Dr. Richard Konteh. I get for go back into that part. I want to tell Fambulem, do you una like and follow this platform? This platform now purposefully for the then and now media empire. We don't get so many platforms then because of our objectivity. We get to platform that they hack so many times. We get so many challenges them, but we work on this one and create a brand new one. Where now people are not able to be member of the platform, they only able to follow the platform or like the platform. So anytime they come up on the platform, you go get notification. That's all we do because for safeguard the platform. Because they call us say no more, we don't get so many challenges. They send you all hacking email, all kind of problem for block we. We tell them say they go delay we, but they're not going to stop with the conversation will continue. Because now with civic rights for stand up and discuss issues about Sierra Leone. Salon now we all responsibility for make sure so we contribute positively for tomorrow generation and yet unborn. Go say yes, we great forefathers them contributed to what is Salon Delect today. We not for allow that we left for continue going to the abyss. Now I make they call people and so people say I don't want it for politics. Anything that you love now politics, where you gonna market, you go buy that paper, say hey, paper don't do there. Now politics cause that paper in there one too. You go to school, bench on it for sit down. This school you bench on it for sit down. Now politics and cause and so. So one way or the other, you get for be part and parcel of politics. When allow we engage by the process, now we understand what politicians, now we know what politicians are capable of, the intention out and there, so that we can also go support the right people them for going to the right place. Dr. Richard Konteh, I want to go back to this question quickly. Because this now thing where plenty Sierra Leoneans and more of APC supporters them. They worry and people them when they talk like social media, you know, one part the post where they keep point say yes, this man is always there. Why? Because if you want to lead people, you want people that support, you want people that vote for you for become president of the republic. You for make sure say you reach out to people. You for make sure say where people are in difficulties, not to forgive them money, but for go there and empathize with them. So if plenty aspirant and they who want to become leader at the APC party, we want to become president at the Sierra Leone, then they do that. You feel that a good thing, sir?
As I will say, all man get your strategy where they adopt for your own campaign, and no one critique anybody your own campaign strategy. Me, I focus on me own campaign. Me believe say I go for reach out to all Sierra Leoneans wherever they are. When they cry, I want to cry with them. When they celebrate, I want to celebrate with them. If I tomorrow I go there for go bury my handsets. I believe say I get a responsibility because now bad and we don't suffer for APC. So even though times are hard, situation difficult, I have to be there. That is the last respect where I can pay to them. And I believe say that is what I've done all over the country. I don't travel all over this country for identify with fellow Sierra Leoneans, with fellow APC. Yesterday I attended SLPP Berry, you know, because one of me supporters, a relative, na he die. And the person who die, some of the brothers there, we don't work together inside government. So I was there. So not to say I just focus on APC. No, when it becomes necessary for reach out, I dey reach out, because I believe, say, at the end of the day, we need for go over there and take people there, bring them car inside the APC for increase with numbers and enhance with chances for win. And that's precisely what they do. Waiting the others that they do is up to them. It's their own strategy. It's their own way of doing things. Me believe, say, not for just they go from mosque to church to bury. Then at the empire, they know you get for also respond. When they say by election, they naya for APC. Not say passports give you money. That is small chicken change where you get, which is 2-3 people to support you. Una go there. Una go identify with the people there. Una talk to the people there. Una support them. That is what I've done for almost every by-election since 2018. I've been there, providing technical backstopping, providing small logistic support, providing my own physical presence and that of my team. I believe, say, that this we need. That is what true leadership is. But that is up to the people for decide whether that's what they need. You see, these people, if we not them, if we not give them possible, we will go inside their stronghold and take them on in their strongholds. We are joking. And not to somebody say, wait some more, give me them more. And no. Prove to we now for say you able to do. I'm Madam Boticaros. They say for sure say to me say Madam Boticaros. For sure say this sleep you get for car sweets. Now where you don't begin to do where they call small, not small, you know that often and they say frog will not pull way young, not when they old. So now people are for demonstrate to we for say they get waiting it take. And me, I believe in Sierra Leoneans, I believe in the APC people there. We objective enough, we intelligent enough, and we will judge. Because at the end of the day, this time they say we all they take responsibility for our destiny. We all they take responsibility for our future. You know? I mean, I remember, for example, where I've been going to Penguia for the by-election at constituency 010. Whilst some other people there be they gather APC people there for endorse there. Na McKinney. I was there receiving over 300 SLPP people when they come for can join APC. That we need. Anybody can go any side and get an APC crowd. It's very easy for get an APC crowd. That's not the point. APC is a popular party. And our grassroots people are committed to the APC. Anybody when they get money, they will dance for them. But what we need, now the person where they will go the extra mile and get those extra people we will take we across the finishing line. Now that they make the difference.
Dr. Konteh.
Yes, sir.
This set of APC politicians, they say APC blessed because they get so much talent. Now a pool of talent APC gets where people don't come up and become Flagbearer. Plenty people they won't get the. In fact, even get female potentials, them all day like that, same way to encourage for become Flagbearer for the APC party for these 2023 presidential elections. Why make you feel say the APC party for good opportunity?
Because I don't demonstrate over the years. For say I get a sincere and genuine commitment to the APC. And I don't serve the APC. I'm not just a can't join APC because they won't give me power. The time where APC need me, I say me a technocrat. But when they offer me power, I take her. No, you're unfair. The APC, for people that we believe in the APC, and I believe say I don't demonstrate over the years for say me na APC to the core, and I believe what the APC stand for, and I'm ready for risk, even going to jail for the APC. They don't detain me because I stand for constituency 110. They locked me for 4 days for a crime I did not commit. Just because I go on television and talk about the things where 110. I mean, I don't come under serious threats and intimidation because of the position on waiting they happen at Tonkolimba. They attack me like Kailang. They attack me like Pujao. But I will not stop because somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. And I believe, say, me ready for offer myself for do that, for provide leadership. But it's up to the members of this party for decide. If at the end of the day, they give me that honor, that privilege for lead the party, I'm ready for work with my colleagues, for Beck will provide the leadership with the party so desperately need. If, however, at the end of the day, the members of the party then decide otherwise, saying that somebody else, and then vote for them, I'm on record as saying me, Richard Konteh, will be the first person where will stand and congratulate the person and ask the people there for support. Because I believe, say, at the end of the day, it's about the party. It is not necessary.
Okay, Dr. Konteh, I think say you. Hello, Dr. Konteh, hear me, sir? You line on frozen. Let me look. Dr. Konteh, you line on frozen. You probably need to adjust again and come back. And family, we'll get Dr. Richard Konteh today on the platform. And it don't take in time. You don't do it within well over an hour. We don't divide the interview into 2 segments. The first one, now the current administration, waiting the app in our country right now. It don't take in time. It don't explain so many parts of them. Now we're at the second segment of the interview, when about the APC party where Dr. Konteh belong to. The APC party where Dr. Konteh they try for vie for become a flag bearer for the 2023 presidential elections. And when I see we they ask the questions them as objectively as possible. And it's up to UNA for make the judgment. We in this particular platform, we they facilitate the conversation. And that is very important. We they facilitate the conversation. And our responsibility, now we civic duty as Sierra Leoneans, for that we continue for all people them accountable by bringing in stakeholders them and ask them questions and record them. For tomorrow we will bring and come back say, hey, Pa or man, you be say this. What's happening now? Why this they happen? Why this they happen? And this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. So do you want to already on the platform? Now like and follow with platform. Like what I say, we begin for creating new platform because of the objectivity of the conversation. People and they will not be happy about that. So them they do all kinds of things for bring come platform them down. And we did tell them say, then go able to delay the process, but they're not going to stop the process. The conversation must continue. The conversation must continue. And ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Konteh, try for joining back. I think you'll join me very soon. Yeah, hello, sir. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, sorry. That other phone is tired.
Okay. Yes, I realized that because normally tennis, I say today we don't really hold Dr. Konteh quite for some time here because I'm a very busy man. And one thing will be mentioned just now, where I want to ask you quickly for let you clarify, sir. You say some people then at the APC party, when they tell them say for can't join the party, they say they take co-cards. You able to clarify that one, sir?
Yeah, we get people that way want to be flag bearer today. The third way will be there in government, where they say make every minister make contribution. It was then 1 million euros a month. They say then a technocrats, pass the put her in writing. And indeed, pass with the put her in writing and give instruction for say every month for consultation before they give them 1 million, because then a technocrat. But now they want to lead our party. You know, so there's no commitment to the APC, not just the power. And the greatest danger we will for God
but
against.
Dr. Konteh, most people were there in the APC party.
Not win election, there will be strangers who party back.
But Dr. Konteh, let me just interject there quickly. That's in the APC party, I'm in governance.
Yes.
If they get people that work with them, will be in governance with them. Those people don't believe in their party, don't believe in their ideas and their morals. Why did they employ them?
Because we didn't get a president we believe in all-inclusive governance. And therefore, they bring into the governance even some people then believing that in the process, they will build some cohesion and they will complement each other for building a better Sierra Leone because it will put Sierra Leone first. Now that will get for happy. But unfortunately, snake, if you say pass it snap straight, you don't get work. You know, and that, but we have to be mindful. This is not just make we be mindful of some of these things as we take the critical decision going forward on the type of leadership we party need for moving to the next level.
Okay, thank you, sir. And if you clarify that question in terms of What make the party for make you leader? Like where I say, we party is blessed with so many talents. We get so many doctors, so many fine people. We get plenty experience, plenty expertise, different experience, different expertise. They all then at the party right now. They all want to become flag bearer aspirants for this coming 2023 presidential election. But Dr. Richard Konteh, as you say one be that position. Why make you feel say the party not forgive all and forgive you for that particular position for these 2023 elections?
Well, I know the same they not give other person. I say me feel say I go stand out as the person we don't demonstrate over the years for say I will be there for you. I will be there for the APC. I mean like the person where you can confide in, where you can trust, where you can call when you're in need. You can call when you cry. You can call when you celebrate. I mean like the person where go there with you, one of the first for to get a seat for APC. I mean like the person where go there with you now, where sometimes on a day in a situation wherein they suppress una, they kill una, they fet una need somebody who go stand up and talk for una. I don't demonstrate that. And also, I don't gather experience in life from very humble beginnings. From a UU teacher, I don't rise through the ranks to become the chief of staff in this country. So I don't gather experience, both from local government level, inside Sierra Leone, internationally, international community, within civil society, within academia, and now even in the private sector. So I don't touch all sides. I understand what are the issues, I understand the problems, I understand the leakages, and I believe say I also, with my specialty in development coordination and strategic planning, I can able to put together the right team of players. We will help for build a very vibrant nation, a vibrant economy, a vibrant governance structure for make we move forward. Me, I believe say, me also go able to reach out to the company. What is critical? You know, we need somebody who go able to bring a company together. Not to somebody where in company all go against her. That is the last thing we need in 2023. We need somebody who don't demonstrate, say, able to bring a company together, able to work with others. He gets respect for others. We give us, we not get respect for a company. Anytime we get opportunity for talk, now for talk against a company, for vilify a company, for tear a company apart, that is not right. We get for respect ourselves. We get for respect each other. We get for those say we company themselves, they get a right to what they want, and they deserve a dignity. I will guarantee that, and I will build a team. I will work with everybody without exception. Whether you've been there for me or you're not there for me, no matter. No choice. Understand that? Even if my brother decide for support another candidate, I respect your opinion. That don't make me enemy, no. And we can all work together. And I think say that is very critical. We need somebody who is able to bring everybody together. And I don't demonstrate over the years that I can bring people together for work, for ensure victory for the APC. And when we come into power, to make we all work together for make the governance a successful one.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Konteh. And I believe say the APC people, they will watch now, we get for subsequently watch, go make the decision. But Dr. Konteh, I just want to be a little bit critical. I want to ask you, say, the current leadership of the APC party, do you believe and trust them? Say they're able to steer the party to the next phase for prepare them for win the upcoming elections, local council in 2022, and general and presidential elections in 2023?
That is not for me, Richard Konteh, alone for decide. We don't agree on the structure where they take power back to the people for decide. Then will be the referees that they don't observe, they don't observe the process. And I believe say there will definitely be some people in the current structure we go want for continue. So now if we want again, they don't tire, they want left. And you don't go force them for continue they don't have for left. So what's important is that we get a process where we don't agree for put in place, and I hope say we all will respect that position. Let's go to convention. Let's do the election of our leaders. Let's go to the constituencies, these are regions, let's elect our leaders. Let's go and elect our flag bearer, and let we all rally behind that flag bearer for ensure victory for APC and we liberate this country once more.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Doctor. I want to ask that question because many APC people, they say it's also about capacity. Some person, they get the goodwill, they get the waiting and call all, but as that person get the capacity for lead a party like APC when they're in transition. So people, they say because of that, them believe say the current leadership, now the APC party, get the experience and capacity for continuing for lead the party to the next phase. That you give somebody where, I'm just saying this, I'm not saying the democratic process will go on, but I want to get you on, if you are,
Superman,
yes.
I not believe say anybody get monopoly over knowledge. I not believe say anybody get monopoly over ideas. I not believe say anybody indispensable. Yes, I acknowledge say some people have done exceptionally well and they get a track record with impeccable. But I not believe say anybody indispensable. I believe say we can get a fine blend of a new breed of leaders we for move this country to the next level. This world, life, now a stage. All man, they come and play a young part.
Okay,
and the best time for let me
I interject quickly, like the phrase what I want to say. The current leadership of the APC party, do you think so far them do a good job from the time them don't do the honor and stewardship for lead the party? Do you think they did a good job? I'm not saying going forward, but so now.
No, of course. I mean, there are so many good things what they don't do. For even keep the party afloat up to this time, he excellent. For able take the party from opposition to governance, he excellent. Understand? They have played their part. They have done a wonderful job. I would get for the history of the APC not will ever be completed if we not acknowledge that role. But that is not to say if somebody say you don't tire, if I say because you don't do well like that, you're not for a left. No. I mean, I believe say we can pump in some fresh ideas, some fresh blood, and I believe say we can pump in some more vibrant people them way believe say they will be more appropriate for the challenges where we get for face with this current SLPP. I not think say we get for take too many chances with that.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Richard Konteh and family. Now see exhaustive question them what they post to Dr. Konteh, and Dr. Konteh is brilliantly responding to them according to INCM and where you believe them. And we on this platform, they go say, would they create the opportunity for let people talk to the people? Who are the people now the masters in democracy? The people are the masters. We shouldn't forget that. So the people, even the leaders, not only the masters, who are the voters, now the masters because they put the leaders in there. And Dr. Konteh don't make in case. I mean, I think say he don't make a solid case where they could have put an able that he up to now for on decide. Dr. Konteh, what do they do among the leaders? Because most people in the APC say the main problem of the APC party now among the people we want to become flag bearer. What do they do for make sure say you bring all them people in it together, make them understand and look at the bigger picture, which is for let APC come back na power. Now I'm all they work at, all they work for one goal. So what do they do in your capacity as a key stakeholder of the party to make sure say all them people they bring and come together, make them go understand that because they say many hands make light work. What do you say?
Well, now that make me a part of the big six. We say we don't bring together at least 6 of the number of people that we want for the flag bearer, and the list is growing. Then I also a member of the Big 6 Plus, we also include at least 7 flag bearer aspirants, the National Secretary General, and other people where they aspire for other positions like the chairmanship of the party, etc., etc. So I don't demonstrate, I don't work within this group for in nearly 2 years now, and the group will become stronger and stronger by the day, because this group, we come together with only one objective in mind: for ensure victory for the APC in 2023. Full stop. No other reason. And we're ready for do everything possible for ensure say APC get that victory in 2023. Will not get any other selfish motive other than that. And we believe, say, for make we achieve that victory for APC in 2023, we get for work together. And that is why we meet regularly, we engage regularly on the issues, and we even serve as moral guarantors when for try for broker peace between the party and the NRM when that confusion be there. We believe, say, that we responsibility for go the extra mile for foster peace and unity in our party. And that we continue for do, and that I believe in, and I make me the unifier. And I make a believe, say, we on mantra, for say, we all are one.
Thank you, and exactly, so you are the unifier, now you're aka that the unifier, Dr. Richard Konteh. Dr. Richard Konteh, what's your relationship with people like former President Sam Sumana, former Flagbearer, Dr. Samuel Kamara?
Sam Sumana was my vice president, and I get tremendous respect for him, and we get along very well. Meaning they talk from time to time. He did visit me at my office, I did visit him at my office, and we did talk. Dr. Samura Kamara was my boss. I served under him as Deputy Minister of Finance for 2 years before myself rise up for become Minister of Trade, and eventually I become the Chief of Staff at the President's office with oversight responsibilities. And I get tremendous respect from my elder brother, and we get along very well. I don't get any personal issues with them. And I think say that the same respect I get for all other flag bearer aspirants. I believe say they are all incredible people. We don't make their own contributions in various ways in this country. And I believe say we all can work together for build a very strong and formidable government for make sure say APC build on the legacies and take off from where we left off on the 4th of April 2018 and take this onto a higher heights.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Richard Konteh. On that fine note and that peaceful note, this interview they come to an end. And again, once say thank you plenty to Dr. Richard Konteh. We don't take time off in busy schedule. Now, very busy man. You get plenty things for do for genuine today, for talk to people, and mainly in the diaspora, as well as back in Sierra Leone, and don't clarify so many issues then. I must say it's a remarkable interview, and we're very grateful to have you here today. And people on the platform, we thank you plenty. We are always there on this platform for support and we're grateful to we comment them and everything and support. Now in the give we the courage for carry on despite all the challenges and what we face, where people in the Aku platform constantly, just because no more we continue with this conversation. And this is not part and parcel of democracy. Democracy will go for ask question. You know me so in a government and not for ask you question. People them for all you accountable. You got to be accountable to people. Them tell people them how they steer the country. Not to maybe they steer them before where they steer them now. Because what you do, the plenty thing the way you government they take, decision where they take, it affects plenty people. Them. Like what Dr. Richard Konteh they highlight in terms of the medical situation in that country. People they when they're sick, if you don't get money for go Ghana, go India, no problem. And this has to stop. We get for ask a question, say, well, what's what they do for addressing here? And it's very important. Again, once more, I will tell thank you plenty. We'll tell Dr. Richard Konteh, thank you plenty. And we're always, grateful for getting on the platform. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. And God bless you, Party APC. And also, God bless with beautiful country, Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Supermed. And I want to tell Prince and Fatima and the entire team, plenty thank you. What they organize this platform for give the opportunity for make we engage with people there. I will be remiss in the responsibilities if I not thank all the one that we play various roles for ensure say we get freedom for we 13 brothers who will be incarcerated by the SLPP. I believe say Wara and the team of lawyers they do an exceptional job, I believe say the MPs, they play their part. I believe say the McKinney people, they also continue for keep the story alive. And even the radio stations who will be engaged on Monday for bring up the issues again for make people know say it's necessary, say very helpful. The party people them, they also play their part. I will tell them thank you. I even want to tell the Attorney General thank you, because on Monday, just after my radio program, I go straight to the office of the Attorney General. I go raise the issue with them and tell her, say, these 13 people there, they don't in prison all this time. I not feel say it right. Now he say, okay, tell you the lawyer there, make them go to court, make them go ask for bail for the people there, and they will grant the bail. And luckily, before even they go ask the lawyer, they make them move, the lawyer then go ask for bail, and then grant the bail. So I believe so we all don't work together and don't contribute in various ways for make this happen. And I want to wish my brothers that all the best as they can start their new life in a new situation. I go Kana McKinney, and I go meet with them, and I go meet again with the one that we lost their lives, the families of the one that we lost their lives, and we will see how we can chart a new life for we all going forward. And for telling all, thank you. Always a pleasure for coming on this platform, and I look forward for opportunities in the future again for coming and share with the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And family on all, thank you plenty. They say, net long tete dogo most clean. All good things get some side for stop at some point. So this particular program, we don't come to the end. But don't forget, tomorrow we'll get Brother Bumper Way with a new program, we get for start at 9 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Salon. Please join and we'll continue for like and follow platform. God bless you all, and God bless we Konteh. And don't forget to platform with YouTube as well. YouTube, all the interview they don't make like all day YouTube. So please, anytime I follow on YouTube, now go able to see hundreds of interviews that we don't conduct. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.